What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZBCN Zebec today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. I have a different thought today that I want to offer as far as ZBCN is concerned, right? And it stems from Bitcoin, okay? And I'll just start off like this, right? If we're looking at the low here, logically, we're very near. Whoop, not that line. We're not near that line. We are very near this line here where we have prior resistance. We're so close. It would make a lot of sense to go down there, wouldn't it? Right? It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to stop here. This is what they call a dead cat bounce if you bounce here, right? And you got a dead cat bounce. And dead cat bounces, the reason they call it that is like, I don't know, if you threw a cat off a building, which would be terrible, it hits the ground, it might bounce a little bit, right? But nowhere that makes sense, right? This is where it lands. I don't know why they call it a dead cat. It's a kind of sick space, I suppose. But maybe we could call it like a cinder block bounce. I don't know if I like a, I don't know, a tire. Tires would bounce too much. Anyways, guys, something not dead maybe, hopefully. But getting caught up in the semantics. All I'm trying to say here is it might make sense that we don't go down to these highs, okay? Because again, we've actually found support here where we had prior resistance. Talking about price action. If we didn't have this price action, it wouldn't make too much sense to stop here, but we actually have had this price action. And even then, even still, with a coin that's popular enough, with an asset that has enough demand on it, people might front run this area. We're not the only people with eyes, right? There are other people in this world that have eyeballs that are seeing this, and they might buy ahead of time. They might be aware of the low market cap, the low liquidity on this, and they might want to put large amounts of money in, right? That might be why you saw this huge wick to the downside there. You know, it went down and then people just bought up eagerly. They don't care if it goes down this much because they're already in it. They want to get in it. Who cares about the scraps? They want the main piece of pie, right? Bitcoin here, BTC USD, we had no price action, none before this here at all. ZBCN, we at least had some. However insignificant, significant, whatever you want to call it, we had some back here where this area was, right? Okay? It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to look at it to stop here, but looking at Bitcoin, we zoom in here, where we found our low here was actually just above our prior highs as well. It would make the most sense, and this is why I was bearish down here, thinking that we would go lower, is that it didn't make sense to find support here. But the thing is, you guys, Bitcoin was below $100,000. It was below $80,000. That's a cheap-ass price. It's a very cheap price. It's going to become the reserve storage vault of the world for value, for monetary policy, for monetization. I don't know what the proper word would be there. It's going to become the reserve currency, maybe not even currency, but just store value for the world. You know what I mean? That's what it is. The most secure hard asset in the world is Bitcoin. That's why we didn't touch these prior highs. That's why we found support above. We front ran it. There was too much demand. There was not enough. Who's going to sell it here? They all know that if we go down there that we're just going to bounce. Why would you sell it here? Same logic applies here for ZBCN. I think everybody, whether you're a lover or a hater, at this point we're all aware that it's going to bounce at this level. It's like if you sold, you've probably already sold. Why the hell would you sell here? So I'm offering this idea. What if that is the low? What if it is? And if it's not, boo-hoo, who cares? We go a little bit lower, right? It's nothing crazy or dramatic, right, from the current price. I mean, we're talking about a 12%, 14% drop, which in crypto, I don't know, man. That's a fart in the wind. It's nothing. Who cares about that, right? And maybe you go a little bit lower. You never know. You could go lower. Sure, it's okay. But just running with the idea, I'm not running with this idea to be like, if this is the low, I'm right. I called it. I'm perfect. This is for my pride. This is for you. It's not for me. This is for you. I'm saying this to put it on your radar that if you're waiting to buy ZBCN at these lows, at a lower low, you're probably not the only person. You might not even be the person with the biggest bags. The people with the big bags, they might be loading up right now or have loaded up, and they're sucking up all the supply, and the price might not even get down there because who's going to sell? Watch the price drop right after this video. 2 hours goes by, it goes right there. My ego would have been validated if we went down to this area, the low end of our expectations. But nope. It's not about that, right? It's about making money. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but we're in this market to make money. I had somebody trying to give me crap, a friend of mine trying to give me crap, and it's like, dude, just because I talk about meme coins doesn't mean that I'm a scammer, right? I'm trying to make money. You can make a lot of money with meme coins. I made a lot of money with meme coins. I've lost a lot of money too. You know what I mean? Overall net profits with meme coins, but maybe not this cycle. No, not this cycle. Definitely not this cycle. No. But last cycle. Overall net profits, but this cycle, meme coins have eaten me alive. I think I should stay away. You guys should stay away. Toshi and Turbo are good meme coins, right? Dogecoin's a good meme coin too, I think, but a lot of them are just kind of here and there. They're not here to last. There's some other like legacy ones. Pepe's done well. Bonk, Whiff, whatever. Like those ones too. Brett, whatever. What's it called? Mudang, right? Those ones. I don't know. Those aren't good meme coins in my opinion though, because they won't be here next cycle, right? Toshi and Turbo might not even be here next cycle. You never know. But I'm on a whole different rant here. All I'm trying to say is we're in this market to make money. You're lying to yourself if you're telling yourself that you're investing for whatever other reason. You're in it to make, you want to buy low so you can sell high, right? That's why you're in it. If you're in it, then who the hell cares if we go down 12%? Because the amount that might happen is a lot smaller than what will happen when we go to new all-time highs. And nothing's guaranteed, but I would bet with a lot of, if I could bet, oh my God, if anybody would take me on this bet, I would bet everything I have that we will see new all-time highs before we go below 0014. I'm going to make it safe for myself, right? We could go a little bit below here, so I'm going to make it safe for myself. And even then, even if we went all the way down there, that amount of drop is insignificant, right? Imagine the drop is bigger, 3 times bigger than I'm assuming it could be. It's still insignificant to new all-time highs. We're going, you guys, we're going there. And if anything, if you have extra cash on the side, you can always buy more. Some people think, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I'm feeling a little bit educational at the moment, I suppose. And this is educational. This is maybe a philosophical to a certain, but it's not really philosophical. It's just a thought. It's in that sense it is philosophical, but it's a thought of how I invest, how I trade. Let's say I only have $1,000 to my name, and that's awesome, right? $1,000. A lot of people think you need $1,000 to invest. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I think if you have $100, you have $10, you can turn it into a lot of money. Start somewhere. Just start somewhere. There's nothing wrong with starting something. Take 10, turn it into 100. If it works, you're gonna be like, okay, I'll put in more. You know what I mean? Or maybe you only have 10. You can. It's never too small of an amount, and that's kind of the essence of what I'm trying to say here. Let's say you have $1,000, you put it all in here, and the price drops. A week or two goes by, you get your next paycheck, and I don't know how much the average person's making these days. Probably something like on a weekly paycheck, I would think what you're making, like probably $600, probably $600 to $1,200 for the average person, somewhere in there, right? I would assume, and I don't know. I would assume that. I'm pretty confident in that, right? Unless wages have gone up since I had a 9 to 5. But $600 to like $1,200 probably. If you're not making $600 a week, man, what are you doing? Like do something else. Come to Colorado, work in the dispensaries, work in the cannabis industry. You will make a lot more money than $600 a week. But like $600 to $1,200, I feel like most people can make, right? In that, if you're getting paid, let's say it drops and it's like another week goes by, or maybe it's Friday and it's payday, like 3 days from now, 2 days from now, you get paid and you only have $100 to spare. You put in your $1,000 here, and you're thinking, I'm getting too hung up on this point here. You're thinking, oh, well, I only have $100 to spare. It's down here, and it's not worth it to invest. But that $100, you guys, that $100 down at these highs, if it goes all the way up here, that's a 3.3x. If you're only making $600, you're only making $1,200 a week. You guys, you just made $330 off of $100 that doesn't matter. Well, $330, it's a little bit more. That might matter to you. That might help. That's groceries. You know what I mean? Like that's food. That's gas. That's a good part of most people's bills, even probably, as far as like rent goes, right? Moving up to higher prices, new all-time highs, stuff like that. Let alone if you just bounce from there. What about whenever you go to new all-time highs? That $100, you guys, if we go where I'm thinking we're gonna go, the idea that there's no too small of an amount, if we go to like 2.5 cents, that $100 turns into almost $1,200. We go up to 5 cents, which is on the high end. I think that maybe we go to like 4.4 cents. That $100 turns into $2,000. And that's not a guarantee, that's not a promise, but I'm just trying to tell you there's no too small of an amount. And I'm sharing this thought because I used to be like this, where I'd put my whole bag, at one point it was like, let's say 10K. And I'd put my whole bag in, and then I'd get my paycheck and I had $100 left over after I went to the bars with my friends, spent money on groceries and stuff, paid rent, I had $100 left to myself, and I'm like, it's not worth it to put in, I'll just save it in cash. Why? Put it in the markets. Let it do its thing. If it goes down a little bit, oh well, it'll come back up, and then whenever it comes back up, it'll be worth more than you put it in for, which if you leave it in your bank, you're just going to spend it on something dumb anyways. Just little bits of money, chip away, chip away. That is what rich people do. That's what the wealthy people do. If you want to be wealthy, it makes sense you should do what they do, right? That's a simple little trick right there. But 0024, I spent way too much time on that. Daily RSI, we're in the oversold zone. Here's something that I wanted to talk about. We're actually very oversold. This is the second most oversold area that we've been at. This was the most oversold. We got pretty close here, but we're tit for tat with this one here over here. We're probably going to find support soon enough. If I'm wrong, and that's not the low, oh well, we go down a little bit more, and it's really not that big of a deal. You can put a little bit extra in. If you want to wait for that, don't let me stop you. No, this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my thoughts openly here, my opinions. But from here to here, it's not that big of a deal. What is a big deal is what's coming next. And what's going to come next, you guys, is going to be fantastic. From a high here to a low, if this is the low, if it's lower, these targets only go higher. I would expect at least 2 to 2.2 cents, if not 4.5 cents. Could you go up higher than that? Sure. Sure you could. Absolutely you could. I'm not expecting that, but sure. 4.5 cents to 2 cents. Something in that range. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Weekly RSI is phenomenal. You're right at the place you'd expect to bounce. You're right there now. I expect that if this isn't the low, you find your low sometime in the next 5 days and 7 hours, and you'll be moving up in a matter of no time at all. You should recover immediately. We're at 00248 right now. You're going to snap back to 0035 and beyond. And then from there, it's just easy peasy, man. Buy the dips and hold the rips, and just maybe, if you're lucky, you can sell the tip. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.